Okay, right now the A3 ne question A3, they say that find now the cos of 55 degrees. Now this one is gonna get tricky, but not that much tricky. So basically here we have to find two numbers, or we actually have to find two degrees that we can actually combine, that can give us 55 degrees. Now to do that, the trick to these kinds of questions is that one of the degree has to be a special angle, so that you can get an answer that makes sense. Because if two of those numbers or two of those degrees is actually not one of them is a special angle, it's going to be hard for you to actually calculate the question, because remember we can't use a calculator. So the first thing that I need you to understand, one of that angle has to be a special angle, and the other angle has to be that 25 degrees there. So the first angle, so the angle when you combine them or when you subtract them, they have to either be a special angle and the 25 degrees, because we know that 25 degrees of any ratio, it has to be in the terms of m. All right, so one angle has to be a special angle and the other one has to be 25 degrees. All right, so you can try to work your way around there to try finding numbers that can either, if you combine them, they give you 55 degrees, or when you subtract them, they're gonna give you a 55 degrees. It's either when you combine a special angle with 25 degrees, it's gonna give you 55, or when you subtract the special angle with 25 degrees, it's gonna give you 55 degrees. Now if I try to do a little bit quick sort calculations, let's just say you said 90 minus 55. If you said 90 minus 55, can you see that it gives you 35? So it's not giving us 25, so we can't work with 90. If let's try working out with 60. So if you say 60 minus 55, it doesn't work out, it gives you 5. If you say 45, so if you said 55 minus 45, or it gives you 10, so that's not gonna work out. But if you say 55 minus 30 degrees, can you see it gives you it actually gives you 25 degrees. So basically, if we had to combine 30 degrees with 25 degrees, it's going to give us 45 degrees, right? So now I can actually do this. So I can say that cos of 55 degrees is the same as saying cos of 30 degrees plus 25 degrees. Now what we're gonna have to do now, we're gonna do something called the compound angles, right? Compound angle identity. Right now, that compound angle identity, of course, it says that cos x plus y is gonna give you cos x multiplied by cos y, sorry, multiplied by cos y minus sine x multiplied by sine y. Now we're gonna do that now. So now we're gonna say equals to cos of 30 degrees multiplied by cos of 25 degrees minus sine of 30 degrees multiplied by sine of 25 degrees. Right? Now, if you had to use your special angles now, to find the special angle of 30 degrees, you can either use a Cartesian plane, or you can use those triangles to find what is the special angle of 30 degrees, right? But if you do them or if you know them, the special angle of cos 30 degrees is actually square root 3 over 2, right? That is square root 3 over 2. Now remember, cos of 25 degrees, it's m, so that is m. Then you're going to say minus, and then the special angle of sine 30 degrees is actually a half, so you're going to say 1 over 2. And then remember, from our previous question, we found that the ratio of sine 25 degrees, it's actually square root 1 minus m squared. All right, now let's just combine those ones there. Let's just make them a fraction. Now can you see that if you were to multiply them out, they were gonna give you, so they both have the same denominator, which is gonna be 2. So let me just do something like this. So it's gonna be 2, that's gonna be square root 3m minus square root 1 minus m squared. Right, so basically the answer that they are looking for, it should be square root 3m minus square root 1 minus m squared. It's up to you. You could have either left the answer here. It's okay, you can get your all marks, you can get your full marks. So it's gonna be this answer, you putting that thing there, you using the compound angle identity, and you using this. The next step, this one, it doesn't matter. As long as you got to this point here, you're gonna get your full 3 marks. Just that here, I'm just making them just a single fraction. So, but if you get this, and you get that, and you get that, you should get your full 3 marks. All right.